You're right, I'm Matthew, and welcome to the introductory episode of my new series, the Red Bull Cycling Team on Pro Cycling Manager 2019. In this series I'll be using the World DB 2020. Basically, the goal of this series is to win every single race that is possible to win in PCM 2019. I've chose Red Bull as the sponsor for this challenge, as they've introduced themselves into quite a lot of sports, especially with football, where they've transformed teams into powerhouses, such as Leipzig in the Bundesliga. And in this series, I have created a 14-man squad. All the riders are aged 21 years or under. And for this first season, I think we will majorly focus on the under-23 races. And for the team selection I've done, each rider in the team has a different nationality, and also I have picked 2 riders from each specification. So now I will introduce you to the team, and we'll start off here with Alessandro Covi, our Italian time trialist, who has formerly won a stage of the Tour de l'Avenir. And next we'll go to Yevgeny Fedorov, the Kazakh baroudeur, a 75 baroudeur stat actually, which is very good. Recently won a stage of the Tour of Langkawi. And then we've got Santiago Buitrago, the Colombian stage racer, races for Bahrain Merida in real life. He recently got 19th at the Tour Down Under. We'll now move on to the Northern Classics rider Ida Schelling, who races for Bora Hansgrohe in real life. He should be good for like the under-23 Paris-Roubaix this year. We've got Natnael Tesfatsion from Eritrea. He's a sprinter. He's also reasonably good at climbing and punching, and he recently won the Tour of Rwanda. And then we go on to the British climber Ben Tullett, best climber in the team, 70 mountain, that's a good stat for him. And he got 5th in the Tour of Antalya this year. I'll then move on to Kevin Vermaker, who is an American puncher. He should go well in a lot of the races this year, because we've got a lot of punchy races on our agenda. We've also got Bruno Araujo, the Angolan, probably the least well-known member of the team. Races in a continental team. We've also got Dogan from Turkey, who I saw him race in the Tour of Turkey a couple of years ago in a couple of breakaways. He seemed reasonably good. We've also got Finn Fisher-Black, the New Zealand time trial specialist. Recently won the under-23 time trial race for them. We've also got Felix Gall, who's another climber. He's Austrian, our only Austrian rider for this Austrian team, who should be good backup in the mountains. We've also got Jordi Meus, who's won the Goitskapil before, which is a decent race in Belgium. And we've also got Raphael Cockerman, who is our Luxembourger. He is a classic specialist and hopefully can help out Schelling in them races, along with Oye Lazcano, who is a stage racer and the lowest rated member of our team, but hopefully he can grow into a better rider. I'll now quickly run through the calendar I have created. So basically this calendar consists of national championships, the races that our sponsors have given as objectives, and also all of the under-23 races, apart from the Giro Ciclista d'Italia, because we had 2 sponsor objectives at the same time as that one, so hopefully we'll come back next year to try and win that one and have a go at that for the first time. Apart from that, all of the under-23 races are what we will be going to. One example of that, the under-23 Paris-Roubaix. I imagine that would be an interesting race for this season. And we've also got some of the larger races like the Volta a Portugal, which I believe is an 11-stage race. It should be a good one for some of our climbers. It's a very hilly race, that one. And also ending the season off with the Piccolo Lombardia. And I'll now show you through the objectives I have set. I like to set specific objectives for every single rider on the team. So I imagine the majority of riders will have different to everyone else in terms of objectives, and you can pause the screen at any moment to have a quick look to see where they should be peaking in the season. And I've also set up the pre-season form, which goes along with when they were starting. The very high are the closest races, although 13 weeks is the closest to the first objectives. They also went and booked a training camp, 10-day training camp for the entire team. But as we're a very small team, we can't have many funds really. So I am sending them to Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso on a 1-star training camp. But, at this moment in time, 1-star, getting a training camp at all's great. Hopefully I can send them on a few more throughout the year. And hopefully that'll assist them to get close to the fitness peak in time. And also, we actually have some R&D on our frame. The I think it's Rose frames or Rosa frames. I can't quite remember, and as this is postcom, I can't see. But there was a bad and very bad aero model, so I believe that's a time trial bike, so I redid that. And also we have the planner here. So I've looked through all of the riders to set them up their races for this season. I believe Santiago Buitrago has the least amount of races, and our sprinter Natnel Tesfatsion, the Eritrean, has our most. And hopefully you have enjoyed this video and are prepared to watch the rest of the series. In the next episode, we'll get into the first few races of the season, and I believe that is gravel and tar, and also the New Zealand and Colombian national championships. So hopefully you enjoyed this little introduction video. Episode 1 should be out in a short while, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.